So another one of the epically bad decisions made by Chairman Mao was this idea of the four pest campaign. This was part of the Great Leap Forward. And he said there are four pests that China needs to get rid of. And we're going to educate the public, train them how to get rid of it, and take care of the problem. Now, those four pests were mosquitoes because they brought disease and they were declared a nuisance, flies because they were a nuisance, rats because they eat food, they got into the fields and ate the grain, and they brought disease. Swallows flew around, they got into the fields and they ate grain as well. So they were like, how do we get rid of them? So the mosquitoes, the flies, there were sprays for them. They were starting to eradicate them. The rats, they trapped, they poisoned. But the swallows were a little bit different. For the swallows, they came up with the idea that you had to go out with pots and pans. You'd bang them all hours of the day, follow them around until they became exhausted and dropped to the ground. And this took everyone in China to do. They also went out with small rifles, BB guns, slingshots, and they worked at getting them. Some people estimate that up to 2 billion swallows were killed during that time. Now, the problem with this is that the following year, when the grain came up, the swallows were gone, but the insects were not. And so at the end of the year, what should have been a bountiful harvest, there were no grain left because the insects had ate so much of it. So now, instead of helping everyone, what the idea that sounded so good on paper turned out to be horrible in real life. You had mass famine and starvation. So this is another example of the failure of Mao under communism.